Alright everyone, here we are with ticker symbol ZOM, Zomedica Corp. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And as we jump into this chart, I want to quickly announce to every single investor to stay tuned till the end of this video, because I have a new ticker symbol you won't want to miss. We talked about INTC yesterday, and today's ticker symbol is in the same sector, and it dropped after earnings, and we're already seeing some recovery. So stay tuned for more information on that ticker symbol and that chart towards the end of this video. So ZOM, Zomedica Corp, has had a drastic run and drop, right? And not a drastic run. Actually, it was a drastic drop after a great run. That's the words. You can't have a drastic run, right? There's no such thing as a terrible run. But it could be looked as a terrible run due to the fact that it just went up and now it's back down. But I meant to say drastic drop. So here we are with ZOM dropping right back down, but it's holding itself up above these lows here of 92. We've talked about some other lows to keep in mind here, 81 and 78 cents for any new viewers. But when you look at it, it's just having these spike ups, and then it just falls down, and then it just spikes up. So now what we want to watch for is, will it continue to do this effect? Will it do something like this towards the end of the week, and then it spikes up towards the beginning of the next week? So let's look back here on the 15th to the 19th. Let's see something here, because I'm starting to notice something pretty close to a correlation here. So the 15th was a Friday, and then we started trading here on this Tuesday, the 19th, and it ran up. Here we were on the 22nd, and it ran up on the 25th. Now, guys, I am not saying, okay, we're seeing this correlate 2 times from Friday to the beginning of the next week, whether it was a Tuesday or Monday, but the beginning trading day of the next week. So now what I'm looking at is, okay, we could probably be on our way of consolidation or going lower, right, leading into the 29th. Here we are, the 29th. And then on the 1st of February, we might see a jump up, and then it's going to start to come right back down. That would show a correlation effect of what's going on here. Now, before that, the chart was moving upwards due to volatility and hype, speculation, and hope of investors jumping in. We want to remember from way down here. We always want to remember where ZOM stock came from. This was not a 50-cent stock, 60-cent stock. You know, this was way down here and even lower, right? Below 10 cents, and we're currently in the 90s. Yes, it's still below $1, but it's holding itself up pretty well above these points. I need every single investor to be reminded of this and remember this, especially the new investors coming across the channel. So I'm noticing a correlation. I could be completely incorrect, but from Friday to Monday, well, this was Friday to Tuesday, but Tuesday was the first trading day the next week, we saw a spike. From Friday to Monday of this week, we've seen a spike. The question is, will this run into a downward trend, and then we see a spike next week on the 1st of February? That would start to show some correlation. Now, if investors catch on to this and this does continue, but I always say this, the history of the chart doesn't always guarantee that it's going to repeat itself. I'm seeing it happen twice already. Well, if investors catch on to this, you would start to notice that it's running up from anywhere around 93 to 95 cents, right? 96, around that area, jumping all the way up, almost about a 20% jump, 15 to 20% jump on these dates from Friday to Monday. But there's a big risk. You're holding over the weekend with a lot of uncertainty. So I do want every single investor to be aware of this. We've only seen it happen twice. If we see it happen a third time, it's starting to look like it's no coincidence, and there's a pattern here. But it doesn't mean it might continue, and it doesn't mean that it will continue, and it doesn't mean that it's even going to happen this next week. I just find it interesting how it's been reacting from Friday to the next trading day of the next week. Some interesting stuff to pay close attention to moving forward. I look forward to seeing your guys' thoughts on that. So here we are with our new support. I want us to look at this first, and that's 96 cents. The 50-day moving average, again, is $1. As long as we're below it, we're in bearish territory. And after 96 cents is 92 cents. And then all the other support levels that I've talked about in previous videos and earlier here in the video down below at the 81 and 70 cent range. But here we are at 96 cents. Super important support level to watch carefully. We're currently sitting at 98. The 50-day moving average is $1. And we want to stay above from this support and get closer to the 50-day moving average so that the bulls can build some momentum. But based off of how this reacted previously, we might see this go downwards in a very slow, subtle way. Now, 96 cents is the support, and the next one's 92, so you want to keep that in mind. This resistance level 116 is important for the next coming days and weeks. We want to keep that in mind. Now, our current resistance level, which is the highest point before falling into bearish territory, is right here at 102. That's what the bulls want to break through and reach after breaking through it, newer highs and new resistance levels by using it as a support. So it's going to be very important for the bulls to break through 102, turn that into support, and break away from it to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. I know that a lot of investors are still questioning, well, we need more catalysts. I know Truforma is coming. Truforma is coming out in March. What do we expect going into the end of January, starting February? We got to go through February, some of March, until a catalyst starts to build up. I completely understand that, but that's where the risk really lies of holding, right? Risk to reward of the opportunity. But the one thing I've noticed so far is that it's holding itself up really well above 78 cents, 81 cents, and even here at the 85 mark and the most recent low of 90. We need to watch this closely as it gets closer to 90 in the next coming days, because it took a whole week for it to reach those lows, and we need to see how it's going to react towards the end of the week and then leading into the beginning of next week if we see it pop, because we've already seen it happen twice. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Stay tuned till the end so that you guys don't miss which ticker symbol to add to your watch list and keep on your radar. So for everyone that has stayed to this point in the video, yesterday we talked about INTC Intel Corp, and today I'm going to share another stock that you definitely want to keep on your watch list moving forward. It's in the same sector, but it's actually a little bit more comparable to Nvidia, and it's almost 1/4 of the price. Now, INTC, we talked about it yesterday. I just want to do a small recap. We circled the big circle, how much it's dropped. We did the small circle. This could be the bottom, but we're also seeing it slightly recover. And then we drew that we want to see if this consolidates or pulls down further, because it could pull down further. Right now, it's within the consolidation period and area. Very interesting enough. It's been holding itself up, and there's room here for INTC to work its way back up over time. There's definitely potential, especially in this sector. Now, the one I'm going to share with you guys is IBM. This is the one you want to add to your watch list, and this one's already recovering really fast. I did not think it was going to recover this fast. As I did yesterday's video, I was looking at INTC. I was like, possibility of a type of consolidation to form, and we're already seeing it. And IBM was consolidating pretty fast at these lows. And quickly, as the day started to run, you could just see it running. And as I'm speaking about it, it's working its way up to newer highs. Interesting enough, it's like fighting to keep pushing, and it keeps seeing newer highs every 30 minutes so far. Now, IBM, it's a little bit more pricier, but it hit lows here of 117, and the midway point of all of this is about right here at this point of 115. And then the next point would be probably down here at 111 and then 105. But to kind of break this down into 3 sections, 117, your first support, your next one's 115, and then down here at 105. So you kind of have those points of reference to see if it continues to pull in that direction in the near future, or if it doesn't even get near them, this is already pulling back up, and it might seem to have been the bottom of this drop. I'm not saying that it can go any lower later in the future, but it seems like this has been the bottom. And if we see consolidation forming, right, for a really short period moving into tomorrow or the next following days, and then continue to work its way up, this could be on its way back up to these highs over an extended period of time, either weeks or months from now. Now, the one thing I do look here at the chart is that a lot of investors that have been in way before this started to run from 105 all the way to here, anywhere around this area, are saying, whoa, the last time we saw this at 117, 118 was back in November 20th, 23rd, leading into the end of the month. So we haven't seen this type of discount for 2 months now. So long-term investors are definitely jumping in and taking advantage of the price. That is becoming very obvious. And a lot of investors were willing to pay these premiums. So at some point, once it gets back up to these numbers, it's going to keep pushing up. So very interesting, in my opinion, based off the chart, how quickly it's reacting. This is definitely one to keep on your watch list and radar. As always, if you like this video and you found it helpful and informative, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to click on the bell. Share it with your friends and community. Don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. And thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.